All right. What's going on, party people? This your man Grill. Right out the bat, thank you for subscribing, liking the videos. Thank you for all of your comments. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for joining as a member. Thank you for the super thanks, all of that stuff. Really appreciate it. Dealing with discouragement. We all can face discouragement from time to time. I think one of the misconceptions about discouragement is that, people think that there's this time frame of it, meaning that you're in this funk, this discouragement mode or whatever for days or weeks or months at a time. It could be just for a brief moment. It could be for an hour. It could be for 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? But you just have to find a way to get over it. Each person is different, okay? One of the ways that I deal with discouragement is through education and execution. I get educated on what I need to do so that I can be able to execute it. It goes back into my talk about ADA, ability to take action. And if you hear people using my phrases and terms, you know where they got it from. So execution, knowledge and execution is key. You gain knowledge and then you go execute it. And then and that means you got action. You're taking action. And I'm going to tell you, when you're knowledgeable of something and you have the ability to take action and you want to take action, I'm going to tell you, you look for opportunities and you're ready and willing to jump out there on those opportunities. But when you're not properly educated in something, your willingness and ability, your willingness to take action, your ability to take action is it's not there. It really isn't there. Sorry if you hear a lot of noise. They got this road chewed up and they're getting ready to repave it, so I'm on the rough side of it. And that's what I've learned for myself. Now, each person is different, how you handle things and all of that. But for me, the more knowledgeable I am on something, the more comfortable I get. Once I understand the truth of a matter, and y'all have heard me say this, y'all hear me say that phrase a lot. I want to know what the truth is. I don't want to hear just what your feelings are and how you ideally want it to be done. What is the truth? What is the right way to do stuff? I don't want personal preference. I want to know, okay, this is what the role is. This is what the job is. This is what I'm supposed to do. This is what you're supposed to do. And this is how we work together in getting it done. That's what I want to know. And then once I understand the job, now what's the right way to execute the job? Okay, how do I go about doing it? And then I can look for opportunities, because guess what? I'm now knowledgeable and can talk to somebody who's looking for what I know how to do. And then I can be able to tell them, I know how to do that. But most people can't tell somebody that they can do something when they don't know how to do it themselves. So to keep from being discouraged and to keep me out of being, for long periods, I know how to do that. Okay, well, you know that, but this is what I know how to do. And I got people who are more than willing to pay me to do what I know how to do. And it goes back to a phrase that I learned many, many years ago. People only pay you for the problems you solve, not the ones you create. So I'm constantly on the look for problems. I'm constantly on the look for how can I solve a person's problem. I will share with them. Now, whether they ever do it or not, that's up to them. But if they present a problem or a potential problem, hey, here you go. Here's a solution. And by me having the knowledge, I can share with them, which keeps me from being in a funk and all depressed and all discouraged, because I know eventually I'm going to come across somebody who needs my solution. Somebody's going to need my solution. When and where, I don't know, but I'm ready. But you get discouraged when you don't know what the solution is to people's problems, and people come to you telling you what their problem is, and it can be very discouraging when you're like, man, I don't even want to say nothing, because I really don't even know how to. I know I'm supposed to know, but I don't know how that I can fix this problem. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I keep saying the things that you're being educated in by all of these so-called people out here, these guru people, if it's not putting you in a position of encouragement, that, hey, I can do this. And I'm talking about after the excitement of learning something new, because everybody's all big on, I want to learn something. Okay, you learned, and do you have confidence in doing it? And either you don't have confidence because you realize what you was taught was a bunch of bull, or you just have some internal issues within yourself that prohibits you from going out here and taking action and feeling confident in anything that you learn, even though it may be the right thing. Okay? So you're going to have to figure that part out. Once you do, then you'll know whether you can go forward with what you know. And if you can't, then you got to learn something proper. But you don't know whether what you're learning is proper when you don't know what the role is that you're doing. So you got to first fully understand what a notary is. I did a video about that called What a Notary Is. Something like that. What is a notary? Search for it on YouTube. Just type in Griffin Notary. What is a notary? And the video will come up. But you got to get that down pat. If you don't have that down pat of understanding what it is you're supposed to be doing as a notary, not what people want you to do, not what people talking about, who you represent this person, so therefore you're taking on their role and response. No. You need to figure out what it is you're supposed to do in accordance with your state laws as a notary. Have confidence in that and be willing to execute that. And let me tell you, as a side note, that right there is probably the biggest issue why a lot of y'all don't go out here and do this business the way you're supposed to, because you don't have confidence in doing the business the way, or doing your role as the notary the way it was designed. Therefore, you don't have confidence in doing the business the way it's supposed to be designed. Those two key factors. If you don't have confidence in the institution of marriage, and you have no confidence in executing it the way it's supposed to be, guess what? You're not going to have a good marriage. You're not going to have a good relationship with anybody, your work relationship or anything, if you don't have proper knowledge of what it is and confidence in doing your job the way it's supposed to be done. Even though you might be getting six figures, well, this ain't the way I want to make my six figures. I want to do this. I want to do what you're supposed to do and have confidence in execute. That's just a side note. But y'all think on that. Tell me your thoughts. The bottom line is, discouragement comes, but you can get out of the funk of discouragement by making sure you understand the role that you're in. What are you discouraged about? Well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this job. I don't know if I can really handle doing this notary. Okay, do you really understand what it is that you need to do? Well, what I learned from I said, no. What do you know as a fact that a notary is supposed to do and not do? No, I don't know that. Then go learn that. Now, once you learn that, now you can make a decision as to whether you really want to do that. And then from there, you can learn other things that you can do. And then you have to make sure that those things that you're learning don't violate what it is you're supposed to be doing. They should be an enhancement or whatever, enhancement of, okay, here's how you can make money as a notary with doing apostilles and estate planning and mortgages and all of that. But you still got to do the role of the notary correctly. And when you can do that correctly, then it won't be a problem for you going out and doing those other things. It's a problem doing those other things when you don't know how to do the role of a notary, because that means what? You'll be notarizing the signatures on documents incorrectly, which is going to cause a problem, which means the job that you're supposed to have been doing, you didn't do properly. You see what I'm saying? So that's where it really is at. Wow, that was bright. That's where it's at. So my way of dealing with discouragement for myself is to make sure that I understand the role that I'm supposed to be doing. What is this thing that I'm now decided to affix to myself. Okay, this is what a notary is. Now, let me learn how to execute that in the best possible manner. And what areas out here need somebody who's a notary to execute it in that way. Because that's what everybody's saying. They want us to do our role. They want us to do our job. So, and you said, man, you keep repeating this out. Yeah, sometimes you got to. So once I understand what a notary is, based off of what my state says, how they view a notary public, and I understand how to properly execute that role as a notary public, now I find people who are looking for that. There are plenty of people who are looking for shady notaries, but let me find the people who are looking for top quality notaries, and I provide them with the service that they need. Guess what? They'll pay me. It's that simple. But all of this other stuff out here is a distraction from keeping you from being able to do that. That's how I look at it. It's a big distraction with throwing up the little TV interviews and the radio interviews and all of this, and everybody just keep talking about how to make money, how to make money, how to make money. That's all everybody worrying about. But what you need to be concerned about is first doing the job right, and everything will go forward. Because you've learned how to make money and you're still depressed. You learn how to make money and you're still scared. You learn how to make money and you still don't know how to do your job as a notary. That's not good business. All right. Give me your thoughts on what I just shared. About to head on into my appointment. Talk to y'all later. Peace.